Greetings, and here we are. Welcome back to this short series on doing high security PVE missions. As you can see, we accomplished our goal. We are sitting in our brand new Tech 1 Vexor. Let's take a look at what it took to get here. In the previous video, you saw a compressed timeline of doing some missions, and here's what it took. With that T2 Algos that we had, we did a total mission count of 23. Total mission count 23. It wasn't terrible. It was just level 1 missions. I don't think I did any more level 2 missions. I did go and do a couple, 2 or 3, just basic anomalies, combat anomalies. I didn't scan anything down. It was just right click, anomaly, Serpentis, hideaway, whatever, refuge, one of those. Nothing major. It's all in this system or one system over. We didn't go far afield. We didn't do anything crazy. The other thing we did was in our opportunities tab here, manufacture an item. There was some reason that we needed to do something, so I purchased a shuttle blueprint for 50,000. I went and accomplished this mine units of ore using this venture. We went and we mined feldspar. We refined it. We took it over to another station and we made a shuttle. And that took 15 minutes. Super easy. The shuttle blueprints were easy to find, they're cheap, and they're sold by NPC stations. So that's an easy way to do that. People like shuttles, so there's a little bit of money to be made if you want to get into shuttle trading, but it's an easy thing to make. Ammunition's also a good option, as long as it only requires one material that's easily available in high security space. Now, with doing these things, earn 50 LP, destroy 9, we tried to do that every day, our daily goals, and we did get the rewards. So I would say a good chunk of this money that we got was exactly from this opportunities tab, the dailies. I'd say 10-15 million was from. We can go find out, but I don't really care. Anyway, here's our total bank balance, 50.4 million, and it is currently 28. Now, I purchased this Vexor and the fit that we talked about. It actually was 22.6 million, something like that. Wasn't as much. Anyhow, that was our total bank balance there, so we were successful. Now we're going to run level 2 missions to purchase 2 times our Vexor fits. Continue with T2 Algos, purchase T1 Vexor when bank reaches 50 million. That's complete. All that is complete. Okay, we can do all this. All that is, oh, wrong button, gray. Okay, now we're here. Here we are. Let's talk about the fit. This, I think, should be alpha friendly, but here is the fit that I built. So first, the Vexor itself is a much beefier, bigger, better, more awesomer ship than the destroyer, but it is significantly slower, and that's important to understand. the trade-offs and drawbacks. For our survivability, we have a lot more EHP, almost double from the destroyer. It's a bigger ship, but it's easier for the other big ships to hit us now. So we fit our damage control 2, and the requirements are hull upgrade 4. And I'm not sure if this is an alpha friendly fit or not, but the damage control 1 is. Then we have a multispectral energized membrane 2. That's hull upgrades 5. That may be an Omega only deal. And I'm sorry, I don't know really the difference. Anyhow, we have these two things. That's our resists, bunch of resists. You can see. Then we have a medium enduring armor repair. Then we have 2 drone damage amplifier 1s. That's the low slots. So the armor repair gives us 40 hit points a second, which is pretty good. I don't know that it's enough to get us out of complete danger, but in case anything starts picking away at us, smaller ships, if they come in really close, we can deal with it with this armor repair here. In addition, I have a medium auxiliary nano pump, which gives us more hit points per second, and I have an explosive armor reinforcer 1, which plugs this hole over here in the armor resist profile. So everything's above 50%. That's pretty good. Afterburner, of course, max velocity 549. It's not as fast as the destroyer, but it is pretty good. And then to be cap stable, we've got a large battery, and we've got a capacitor control circuit. I'm not necessarily sure that we need this in this current configuration, but in case you wanted to put 4 guns and be cap stable, that's how this was designed. Now in the medium slot here, we've got a drone navigation computer 1, and that's because we are now running heavy attack drones. And the reason we're running heavy attack drones is because we can. A little more power, a little more damage. It's a big cruiser. It can use the bigger drones. Now this does require drones 5. So get to training the drone skills. Every time you do one of these daily opportunities, you get 10,000 skill points. So use it. Get it in there. Get the drones 5, hull upgrades 5. That's what you really need to be going for. If you don't have it, you can just use the mediums, which only requires drones 3. The medium scout drones, they're perfectly viable. Let me show you what the difference is. Here's 304.2 DPS. This is with my skills, of course. But if we simulate this, let's say we only want to use medium drones. There's 3 medium, get out of there, and 2 light, and that's 205. If you want to use the Hornets, you can. 208, it really doesn't matter. So 205 DPS is what you're going to be getting. Oh, sorry, that's with the guns, isn't it? Let's turn those guns off. 174. 174. And you can tell that the medium drones do most of that damage. Now, what you could do, can we run 3 mediums? Yes, 204 DPS there. But the mediums don't apply as well as the lights. So 174 DPS And you could do something like this. If you wanted, you can mix and match. I would stick with 3 medium and 2 light with 174 DPS. That would be fine. But let me show you what the heavies do. Heavy drones do 163 DPS by themselves. So these larger drones, bigger drones, they're slow, but they do more damage. And so that's one of the reasons that we have this this thing. And so what we're going to actually do is get rid of that, and we're going to use our optimal range script here. So we've got the heavy drones, we've got the medium drones, and we've got a light drone. And that takes care of all of our drone options. We are using all the power that we've got, and we've got this optimal range script. And the optimal range script is there really to help the medium, really to help the heavy drones be able to hit smaller targets farther away, so they get a little better tracking. Now you can put a tracking speed script in. That's no problem. But sometimes the heavy drones just can't hit things, and that's sort of half of where you are. So that's an option. The drone navigation computer is here also. Only drones 4, drone navigation 3. So a couple of options there. Now what this thing does is adds 25% velocity to drones. All drones, all of them. Not light, medium, heavy, all drones, all fighters, 25% velocity. And that really helps the heavy drones get out and move. Furthermore, we have added a drone link augmentor, and that only requires drone avionics 3. Now this is not necessary. Without it, you have a drone control range of 60 kilometers, same as the destroyer. We didn't use this on the destroyer, but the destroyer is fast enough to get around. So now what I have done, because the cruisers are a little bit slower, is I have fitted this drone link augmentor, and that gives us 20 additional kilometers of control range, 80 kilometers. Now we can't target out that far, which is fine, but without it, we can target farther than we can control our drones. So we want our drones to be able to use our whole targeting range, and they can now. And then I fit 2 dual 150 Railgun Is, and the requirements for that are Gunnery 3, which you already should have, Small Hybrid Turret 3, which you already should have, and Medium Hybrid Turret 1, which takes a couple of minutes to train. No big deal there. Most of that stuff you should already have, because it's the same sort of guns that we were using on the destroyer. These are just the medium size. I have selected tungsten. I love tungsten. You may choose iron or lead or thorium, something, whatever works with your playstyle. And this is really based on the mission ranges. If something's right in my face, I may switch to antimatter, but we probably can't hit it anyway. But if it's in that medium 20 to 30 kilometer range, which so much of the mission NPCs exist in, then this will be able to help. And this is just helping. This is not anything, like we're not chasing down things in this cruiser. It's really a drone boat, and the drones are doing most of the heavy lifting here. But it does give us some additional DPS, and that's helpful. So that's about the build. I have selected to use a core probe launcher, and that is to probe down anomalies. If we want to do any dead sites, we want to be able to do those dead sites. So we need a core probe launcher. If you haven't worked with this, here we go. Now, level 2 missions are about the same as level 1 missions, so the only difference is there's more. So you'll be used to this. You'll warp to location. You will be ready. Put that over there. Turn that on. What are we doing? We are running tracking speed, yeah. We may run optimal range, depending on what's out here. We are warping to location. Remember, whenever we land, we're just running a fall-off range of 28. So we're really counting on our drones to do the heavy lifting. That is a bunch. Okay. I'm going to orbit this beacon. I'm going to launch the drones. I'm going to recall the drones because it didn't launch the 2 heavies. I'm going to launch 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We'll set this up in a minute. That's what we want. Yep. And we're going to take all these and we're going to move them to something like a new group called Vexor T1. Okay. Great. Now we need to keep an eyeball on our drones. And the other thing we need to do is we need to pick a target. That's what's closest. That guy's closest. Okay. And that is that. We got all kinds of things done here. We've got 191 loyalty points and 150,000 ISK. And our bank balance is up to 28.3. So we'll go down here. Mission count 1. Current bank balance 28.3. So we've got a little bit of a way to go, but we can also go over to our activities. Look, we've got 1.5 million and 10,000 skill points. Love it. Claim. Okay, 29.3, 29.8, 29.8. Lovely. We love it. Great. So I've done one mission. I have 29.8, 20 million more ISK, and we are back where we want it to be at 50 million. And then we can go further and see what we want to do. Do we want to get into level 3? Do I want to get into level 3 Myrmidon? We're going to try. That's what we're going to do. So I'll do some more grinding. It's going to be great and wonderful. And we'll see you very soon when we're back to 50 million. Thanks for watching.